Right, so for every boat cruise that we do, and we're using about 100 litres of fuel, we plant a tree. The first thing that the tree does is it actually absorbs all the carbon from the atmosphere and fixes it into the soil, and therefore we can counteract the effects of burning up all that fuel. What it further does is it stops erosion, and it stops plastics and other sort of stuff from getting washed out into the rivers and washed out to sea and ending up hurting or injuring marine life.
So one of the things that whale heritage site destinations could do to make themselves more sustainable is manage the amount of waste that goes into the ocean, that is on the beaches, through things like beach cleanups, through waste disposal and having good signage and litter bins and things around, through having more recycling and having better management policies and practices on waste generally.
Oh, the waves are gorgeous, man. Dude, I want to get in. Look at this. Turn the camera the other way. This is the economic factor. Surfers coming.
Because people come here to the Azores and we're a very sustainable destination, and we have a lot of whale watching companies, and we respect the whales, and we still live from the whales like in the past. But what we're going to see here, it's a whaling station. So whales used to be hunted in the Azores. You've learned a little bit about how they used to do it.
These factories just start working when they catch in the sea. They call and say, okay, we have 2 whales. And they call the men to work, and they start working the steam. They put wood, and they work with wood, and they put the steam working, and produce the hot for the next machinery that you can see.
Yeah. Modern Times Cream Show. Yes. Want to make one?
Yeah. Tell that I'm not a very good artist.
Yeah.
I am the 3rd generation of Portugal sport and the 4th generation of the business of my family. This is my great-grandfather, and in 1888 used to have a small business here in the middle of town where he used to sell things made on the island. Over here you can see more or less what they used to do on board of the ships. They used to engrave their wives, their kids, their important people from the towns or the whale itself.
In whale heritage sites, museums of local art can be visited.
One of the important elements of bringing tourists into a destination like this is encouraging dealing with the locals, going to the shops, helping the revenue with the locals.
So if we're trying to boost the incomes of local people, then one of the ways that we can do that is by celebrating the history and heritage of whaling and human interaction with whales, and it creates employment for local people to come and do as we're doing today, show people around old whaling stations, talk to them about the history of whaling, the gruesome business that was involved in chopping up whales. There are opportunities for local people to sell crafts here that they've made, for art to be displayed. Just lots of different ways to get local people involved in telling the stories that make up their history and culture, and getting visitors excited about them.
So I think we really need to involve everyone and make sure local people can give some of their enthusiasm about whales and what the work that they're doing in whale watching, and pass that on to the tourists.
This is amazing, coming in here and looking at all this information on whales and dolphins in the Azores. You could do this anywhere in the world. My goodness, look at this stuff up here on the board. It's educational. It is truly educational. And so good for the economy, the local economy. I think I'm going to go have a beer. You know, I really like this local scene, the reality that, what could be better for an economy than whale watching and beer. I might have another one. This must be really good for the local restaurants.